Hi, I'm Max.
Hi, and I'm Denise.
And welcome back to another edition of Urban Lifestyles. We've got another great show. As you can see, we're on the set of something we're going to be talking about tonight, which is called The Green Book.
Yes.
We also did a segment with a group that's getting together for networking called Peer and MSD. We caught up with them. I should say you caught up with them
Yes.
with something that they were doing. And Louisville Water Company Heroes. We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
Hashtag YBPRC. If we can get no justice, there can be no peace. We royal, blood of Mansa Musa flows inside of me until we arms lock united, MLK and down the street. We rose from Bloody Sunday cause the fight would not decease. And now we fight inequity for fingers too. Peace.
Join the conversation. Visit pridepeaceprevention.org.
I'm Ferdinand Risco, Interim Executive Director at TARC. On December 1st, 1955, the world changed forever when Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat.
Her one simple act helped start the civil rights movement.
Leaders from Black community organizations led boycotts that lasted for over a year.
During Black History Month, take a day and take the bus.
Take the bus.
We're on the set of The Green Book, and if you look at this wallpaper, I know you had this in your home in 1956.
Yes, we did. The telephone, I can remember one of those.
Right.
The bookshelves, the dining
Yeah.
chairs. I mean, it brings back vivid memories for me.
This definitely looks like something out of our household back in the day.
Yes.
So speaking of which, since we're on the set, let's start with the piece that you did on The Green Book.
Well, this is a fabulous play, and it's, you know what, it's back in the 50s, but actually it's speaking to today's time, so let's just take a look. So I'm here for an opportunity to see this wonderful play called Green Book. It's a play that you really wouldn't want to have missed, and I'm going to introduce you to two of the main components of this play would be Karen Edwards Hunter
Hey, how are you?
and David Chack.
Hi, good to see you.
It's a play that I'm gonna let you all tell us about it, but we're here at the Bunbury Theater, which is located in the Henry Clay Building here in Louisville. So, Green Book. Who wants to lead off so we can share about what is Green Book about?
Yeah, why don't I start, because I met with the...
And David, in your
I'm the-
position and your role with
I'm
this.
the co-director with Karen Edwards Hunter, and I worked with the playwright Calvin Ramsey, and he and I worked on the play for about a year and a half. And he had done a lot of work on it beforehand and had taken it around to different locations throughout the country to playwriting workshops. And he had this very interesting idea in the play, which led him to find me, which is that not only is this play about the Green Book and about African Americans finding a place of hospitality and a place where they can be throughout the country in the time of more intense segregation and Jim Crow, and also for safety purposes as well. But also he has within the story a Jewish Holocaust survivor. And this actually, as we heard the other day at a talkback where Barrett Kelly, who is the director of the theater at the African American Theater at the University of Louisville, he said that he lived with Jewish people in Brooklyn who would use the Green Book because they knew that not only were these places where there wasn't racism, but they were also places where there wasn't anti-Semitism.
I'm thinking in regards to younger people, like millennials, but because our age group, we grew up. What is it that, how can a millennial grasp this? And I see a Green Book on the table over there, but what is they need to know about Green Book and the culture of that time that they need to hold on to?
I think for millennials, the big picture for them is to remember that this is our past and to understand their history, where African Americans and Jews came from, and how we got to where we are now. And one of the big quotes in the play is the Jewish Holocaust survivor asked one of the African American characters, do you think you could go back into slavery, and could history repeat itself? And he says, oh no, we had a civil war, and there were compromises to end slavery, but we're at the point now it couldn't happen again. And so for millennials, they need to really be careful, because I think in terms of progress, historically, we're moving backwards in terms of the racial climate and in terms of racism and everything that goes along with that.
So with this play, when people leave out here, because I've heard rave reviews about this play, how excellent it is, what is some two main takeaways that you think people walk out and that has left an indelible mark on them?
Well, I think, as Karen just said, this play is relevant for today. So when they hear the discussion and see the act of racism that takes place in the play, I'm not going to say exactly how that happens. I don't want to give too much away. But when they see that, they realize, oh, it wasn't that long ago that 2 African Americans were killed at a Kroger's. It was only 2 days later that 11 Jews were killed at a synagogue in Pittsburgh. That we're having mass acts of racism and anti-Semitism now on a regular basis. And that this world, when that question is asked, like Karen just mentioned, is this something that could happen again? The answer is yes, and we have to do everything we can to stop it. And this play does it in a way that's not only fun and entertaining, but it does it so that it engages your mind. It makes you think.
And any last thought?
Okay. Well, the play is very intense, and people. My sister came to see it last night. We had a long conversation about it today, and she complimented the directing. She complimented the actors and every element of the play. But she also said, while she sat in the play, that she got angry. And it's designed to make you think. It's designed to open dialogue between everybody who sees it. That's why we have a talk back after literally every show, so that people can not only see it, but actually start opening up and let's talk about what you see here. Talk about what you're feeling.
So just a little bit, I heard about one of the talkbacks that have occurred following the play. People talk about these issues. In the talkbacks, does anybody ever say what is a way to fix certain of the issues?
Oh, absolutely. These are questions that we're all asking ourselves, but they're also realizing not only do we need to change what's going on in the government today, what's going on in politics, but they also need to look deeply within themselves. And that all of us have to look and see, how are we excluding the person or the people that we call outsiders? How are we labeling people and saying they can't be welcomed to us?
So the Green Book, great play. It's definitely timely, because what's happening then in 1956, we're still kind of experiencing things that are very similar today.
All I can say is the culture is still the same, and the word is relevant.
You are correct. We'll take a quick break and back with more of Urban Lifestyles right after this.
We are mothers,
fathers,
neighbors, and friends.
Working hard when the weather is good,
and even harder when it's not.
With online updates to keep you safe and informed during the storm.
Programs to save you energy and money.
And new projects to help us provide cleaner, more reliable energy.
We're more than an energy company.
We are LG&E.
We're LG&E.
We are LG&E.
Our energies go to service.
Well, I got an opportunity to visit something that was going on, and it's called Peer Group, and what they actually do are getting together African American business owners to show them different opportunities in terms of networking. So take a look at this piece. With Urban Lifestyles, we make it a point to get out into the community, and we're here with a community group that's networking. It's called Peer, and I'm here with LaShawn Anderson, who is one of the founding members. So welcome to Urban Lifestyles.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming out. We appreciate it.
All right, so tell me what Peer stands for and how the organization got started.
Okay. Well, the peer group stands for Protect, Empower, Educate, and Restore. And those are really the collaborative of everyone's services as part of the group. So we have churches, nonprofits, as well as businesses who are all choosing to work together. And we got started just for that purpose, because a lot of people choose not to work together. Why can't we choose to work together?
Now, how long has the organization been in existence?
7.5 years now here in Louisville, Kentucky. It started, but we have branched out in other areas and cities.
So can you share with us some of the other organizations that you've partnered with, and what is some of the feedback that you're getting from some of the people that are attending?
Yeah, a lot of the businesses, the goal is to partner, so now they're able to not only see other venues that they may not have otherwise known about, they're able to now truly work with people that they did not know that they could work with. Many times people are in the mindset that they're supposed to compete, and really if we have the same target market, it's easier just to serve that target market together. So a lot of the feedback we've received has been positive over the years, that they are now able to figure out ways to work together in this community.
So what are some of the things that you all are doing and continue to do to bring more and more people out to such a needed organization like this?
Well, we host events that are not really networking style events. These events include movie mixers, where people in the community love going to the movies. So when they come to the movies, why not get more for your buck? So what they do is they actually get food. They actually get sometimes goodie bags. They get a lot more, but they're also getting a lot of the services in our collaborative, and get to be a part of a great event. So we're doing these things, health fairs, also cook-off events, and things like that, to ensure people in the community are excited about our services as a collaborative.
Now, these events that you're holding, are they free to the public? Are there any membership fees? So what does it take to get involved?
If you are part of the actual peer group, there's an annual fee, or you can pay that monthly. But also, if you're just a member, which you can be just like you're a member of Sally's, beauty supply store, things like that, just to get discounts and get invited to many events, we do that. But some of the events are charged, and some of them are free to the community.
Right. Now, do the events take on different themes? So tonight, what's tonight's theme?
Tonight's theme is networking, but we're also highlighting, because this month is National Black Awareness for HIV, and so we have the Metro government coming in tonight just to highlight what we can do in the community to get the word out, as well as bringing in Anthem, who is here to give out some goodies for our participants tonight.
Well, I'm here with one of the sponsors tonight, Travis Fields, who is with Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. That's always a mouthful for me. Welcome to Urban Lifestyles, and tell me why you all decided to be a sponsor of this event.
Well, I was actually told about it through a colleague of mine. She said that there's a big group of individuals who serve a certain population that is really in need of these type of resources. Unfortunately, a lot of people who have Medicare or Medicaid don't know of different programs that's available to them. So I like to come out and go over those type of things with them, just because they're underserviced a lot.
So what is one of the basic things that you want this audience that will be attending tonight to take away from this meeting?
Really is try to find out as much information as you can about things that are available to you, because it saves a lot of money. As you know, money is hard to come by for a lot of people, especially at a certain age. So if we can get any type of help, whether it be for prescriptions, transportation, medical services, it's always better for everyone that way. So.
And you've brought a few gift items here to make it, people always like to get goodie bags and swag bags. So some of the things, I see you have hand sanitizer, and you have...
Yes, hand sanitizer, just because, flu season, you want to make sure people, and also the, hepatitis thing that's going around. So you want to make sure your hands are clean. We have our card holders, toothbrush, a shoehorn and a back scratcher for those who have, the hard to reach spots.
You can see how it's very relevant. And, anytime that you can pull Black businesses together, get some sponsorship involved, it leads for a great opportunity.
I learned something also with the insurance group that was represented there. So yeah, I think it was very good, had a lot of information, which is always a great thing.
Right. And speaking of great things, we'd like to feature something that we call Louisville Water Company Heroes. So take a look at this piece.
My role here is a meter specialist, is to go out to neighborhood houses and read meters for the water company in order to prepare for the bill, the usage that they use per month. What I like most about my position is reading the commercial meters, the big meters, the hospitals, UPS, Ford, etc., and the mass meters, which we push water from counties. Oh, I love working for the Louisville Water Company. It's a great job. It's out in the field, which I love being out in the field. Great benefits, good pay. It's a real good job. My typical day is to come into Almond Avenue here and get my processor, and go to my Jeep, get ice and water, get ready for the day, head out to my route, and start reading those residential meters. Well, we have to qualify for this job. You have to go out and read a certain amount per day for a week or so to qualify to read these meters. Some days you can read from maybe 300 to 700 meters a day. Well, the most enjoyable part of the day is when you get to that last meter that you're reading for the day to say that your route is complete or, time for lunch. So, because it's a long day some days here. The water company tends to take care of their employees better than others. That I feel, we have our tools and our daily, routes that we go to, and they tend to care about safety a lot more here at the water company. One of the things that I think that makes Louisville Water so great is their ability to produce such great quality water and get it to the customer. I'd say pure tap water is the best in America.
Kentuckiana's #1 station for R&B. Magic 101.3. With your permission. We're live, local, and Louisville. Magic 101.3, the home of Steve Harvey and Morning Show. We are
mothers,
fathers,
neighbors, and friends.
Working hard when the weather is good.
and even harder when it's not.
With online updates to keep you safe and informed during a storm.
Programs to save you energy and money.
And new projects to help us provide cleaner, more reliable energy.
We're more than an energy company.
We are LG&E.
We're LG&E.
We are LG&E.
Our energies go to serving.
I'm Ferdinand Risco, Interim Executive Director at TARC. On December 1st, 1955, the world changed forever when Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat.
Her one simple act helped start the civil rights movement.
Leaders from Black community organizations led boycotts that lasted for over a year.
During Black History Month, take a day and take the bus.
The bus.
Take the bus.
Take the bus.
Denise, you got an opportunity to do a piece with MSD, and to me, this is always something that they do every year that I think is extremely impactful.
I mean, their mission is about inclusivity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to steal from the thunder, so let's just take a look. I am so delighted and so excited, and these are for real adjectives that I just spouted out, because I'm here with the Executive Director, Mr. Tony Parrott of Metropolitan Sewer District. Tony, welcome once again to Urban Lifestyle.
Thank you for having us again.
We are here at this massive, I would say, undertaking of an event called Can You Dig It? And this is the 4th annual event for this, but share with our viewers what this is all about, because you will see segments of it on the news, but we need to peel back some layers to understand about this.
Can You Dig It is an annual event that we do usually about this time of year because it's cold, and we can get an opportunity for all of our contractors and all of our vendors, small businesses, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, to come and learn what it takes to do business with MSD, number one. And then secondly, an opportunity for them to meet prime contractors, to network, to promote their business, to meet our staff, and to understand what our policies and our processes are for doing business with MSD.
One of the things I see and I feel here is the outreach. And the outreach is so welcoming. And a buzzword to me, what I heard you say over and over that stuck with me, was the word opportunity. Share about that.
Well, you know, opportunity is a very strong word. And what we're talking about here today is supplier diversity, which means we want to have equality and economic inclusion in the projects that we are doing here in Louisville and Jefferson County. For years with MSD and the water company, we have been doing projects, but our recent disparity study has shown that we're not really getting economic inclusion. So the purpose of today is to make sure that not only folks understand the opportunities, but that our policies and our processes are more intentional now, and we're going to be bringing forth the will to make sure that we're actually getting the outcomes that are set for our goals.
Now, speaking of those outcomes and opportunity married with will, share about the economic impact on the city and what that means and for people to be employed.
Well, you know, when you look at MSD and the water company, the combined construction programs that we do on an annual basis supports over 3,000 construction jobs in our community. And so the hope is that those 3,000 jobs would go to local workforce. And so that's why we have a local labor commitment from our contractors. And now that we have that policy, we're actually monitoring it. And so on very large projects, whether it's the tunnel project or a wastewater treatment project, we can hold our contractors to that commitment. And so what we're seeing so far is that when people make that commitment, we're seeing anywhere from 60 to 70% utilization of local labor. So that means we're creating job opportunities. And of course, the economic benefit of every dollar you invest in infrastructure actually returns $2.62 to the local economy. So when you think about what MSD does and what the water company does and what LG&E and others do, we have an opportunity to make a $500 million impact to the local economy just with our infrastructure programs.
There are still so many hats that there are to wear of those who help with the MSD projects, and I want to introduce you to Mr. Chella Subram of Cornerstone Engineering. Chella, welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
This is a phenomenal event to me, and in regards to the projects, but it takes people like your company to make up the fulfillment of all that's been etched out. Talk about Cornerstone Engineering and your role and experience with MSD.
Absolutely. Cornerstone Engineering was started in 2003, so we just celebrated our 15 years of service, and we are headquartered here, and I've been living here over 25 years nearly, and MSD is an integral part of what we do, and we've been serving from pretty much beginning of 2003 for 15 years providing services to MSD. So what it requires over the years is that we need to be consistent in quality and what we deliver to MSD and also add a value proposition in what we do. So that has sustained us, and we have built a long relationship with MSD folks as well as the prime companies like CH2M Hill, HDRs, and Black & Veatch, and Jacobs of the world, and bigger companies. So we worked on a number of projects, Heritage and Strand, or these are other companies that we work with them as well, the bigger firms. So MSD is integral part of our operations, daily operations. All of our staff are local.
So what are you providing exactly? Because I'm trying to...
Sure. Yeah, our company is started as an engineering consulting firm. Okay. In 2003, I'm a structural engineer by experience.
Oh, okay. So now
we
the
do
project
engineering
itself.
services. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have designed number of above ground and underground structures for MSD over the years.
Got it now.
And so we do structural engineering design, then assessment of existing structures and strengthening of structures and special inspections and all of those, load ratings and everything. And in addition, about 4 years ago, we felt the need to start a construction division. And so we started, and we won small projects with the city and bid out, and we just wanted to make sure that we prove when we come to MSD, we have some records to show. So
okay, we're still back here at the Can You Dig It event, and Tony Parrott spoke about a lot of the partnerships and the equity when it comes to suppliers and contractors. I have one of the suppliers here, and his name is Mr. Jolie Phillips. I want to introduce you to him, and he will tell you about his experience with MSD. Jolie Phillips, welcome.
Thank you.
To the event, and basically your role and your business as a supplier is?
Well, we first off, American Ready Mix is a supplier of ready mix concrete. The big trucks that you see going up and down the road, that's us delivering concrete to job sites. We've been working with MSD since our conception, which was in 2007. We went and got, at that time, MSD had their own diversity program, so we got certified through that. And we've been certified, a certified MBE business with MSD since then. But as a supplier, we don't work directly with MSD. And what I mean by that, we don't deliver concrete to MSD. What we do is deliver our concrete to their contractors. So we work directly with MSD contractors. But what's so great about that in MSD's program, though, Denise, is that MSD has such a strong diversity program that they filter it down through their contractors, and they require their contractors to do a certain amount of business with MBEs, and that's great. It's great for me, and it's great for people that are supplying other products, because they now the contractors know that MSD is serious about this diversity program. So I'm very excited, and have been since I've been a part of this program, about the seriousness and about the commitment that MSD has to diversity.
So one of the things, if I'm hearing correctly, Jolie, is that the words requirement, and I know the board of directors of MSD has signed off on this initiative, and then the commitment towards that and full equity across the board. Would you say I heard correct?
Yeah, you did. Actually, MSD has one of the few people that I know of that diversity program. It's actually the amount of diversity or MBE business that the contractor is doing or is committed to in their bid is part of the bid process. It's part of the evaluation. So if you don't have a MBE participation goal or requirement in there in your bid, then you're going to be questioned. You're going to be called to the carpet. You got to have a good reason why you don't.
Okay, there are still a lot of components that go into all these projects with MSD. I want to introduce you to Mr. Nick Ulliman with Ulliman Shoot Construction. Nick, welcome.
Thank you. It's happy to be here.
I hope I pronounced everything correctly.
Yeah, you got it close enough. It's a tough one to pronounce.
Tell me about you all's involvement and your experience working with MSD.
Sure. So we're
and about your company too.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're a water wastewater general contractor. We specialize in water infrastructure projects. We are working on 2 projects down here for MSD right now. One was the ORI, the emergency job on Main Street, and then we're working on the Shawnee Basin project.
Yeah. The first one was is that one of the biggest projects for MSD?
I think it's one of their large emergency projects. The Basin is one of their larger projects in the realm of about $80 million, a little under $80 million.
Okay. So share about you all's role in all this then, your company?
Sure, so we're on the Basin project, we're the design builder, so that's a unique situation where we are the general contractor and have a designer that works for us to design and construct that project. Mm-hmm. And then on the ORI job, we were the general contractor, so we managed the construction of the job and then provided some labor for that as well.
So when you say the construction, does that mean how it's being mapped out? Because in my brain, I'm trying to visualize this.
Yeah, so it's not how it's necessarily mapped out, but it's more of the actual building itself, the craft folks, the pouring the concrete, digging the dirt, things of that nature, putting the pipe in place. So that's more of what we're on.
You know, again, another great segment with MSD. They keep doing things that are bringing our community together.
Mm-hmm. What I like about it is there's nobody coming in and you're going to be a vendor or contractor to be fake.
Right.
You have to meet the criteria of diversity. That is a main thing, and that's what makes all of that so great. And this is MSD representing all of us in this city in that way.
And you know what? I think that's our time.
That's our show.
And we'll see you back here next time on Urban Lifestyles.
Bye.
Bye-bye.